Alright, what is up, ladies and gents? Pop Charts here. I'm back, and well, what do you know? We got a brand new Weeb pack in the store. Yay! Ayaya! It's called Notice Me 3, and just like in the Notice Me clan or line of things, it's an off-meta gun. We had the Odin, and we had the Holger, and now we got the Striker, also known as the UMP-45. It's not very good in my opinion, but hey, it's fun. This one has hollow point rounds and nice grip, and it looks really cool. I must say it looks really nice, but I don't think it's very good, in my opinion. I'd much rather run the regular rounds, 45. And if you run a stock, you take off that end, and it looks a lot different. But hey, looks good. Looks really good, actually. You also get a really nice charm and a really cool sticker. This pack is only 800 COD points in the store, so there's no tracer rounds because not they'd have to charge more for that. But for what you get, I'd say it's pretty worth. I think I don't know how much the first anime pack was, but the last one was also 800, and that was also a really good deal. I think these are really nice. If you love this art style, you love the color scheming, these are worth. Even if they're off meta guns, they're still fun. They're nice. You get nice charms. The last one you get a calling card. This one we get a sticker. You'll get to slap it on your stuff. I think it's nice for what you get, at least in my opinion. Although one thing I will say about these skins is that they don't look very good with like gold and platinum and Damascus though, at least just for me. So you do have to run the base skin, but I mean the base skin looks fine, looks great. The color scheme is amazing. Now things get changed up if you mess around with attachments, like you add a stock or you change the barrel or something, or you replace the mag with extended mags, the 45. Then things start getting a little dicey, but I think it still looks good. The body itself is nice. So anyway, I'm gonna, enough about that. The pack is nice, get it if you want, if you love that art style. It's fantastic, so worth it. But there's a more important thing I need to talk about, which is the gun itself, the Striker 45, and I don't think a lot of people have been talking about it enough. Because in this game, the Striker, or the UMP, is kind of a disservice to the UMP, it's not very strong in this game. It's rather weak, and it's arguably the worst submachine gun in the game by quite a large margin. Now, if you play Warzone, you could say that this thing is pretty strong because I hear the hollow point rounds are really good. That's another debate. Honestly, I don't even think the hollow point rounds are that good in Warzone, mainly because it only has 12 rounds. It should be like 20 at least, maybe 24 in my opinion, for it to be, more viable in Warzone. I think that mag is just a little too small, but I do think that's sort of this gun's niche, honestly, because that's about it. If you think about it, like, what's it good? It's not good at close range, because that's what the MP5 and, some of the other guns, SMGs are for. Well, it's not good at long range either, because you have the AUG, which, with the conversion kit, is pretty solid at range if you have good recoil control, or if you don't have good recoil control, you can just use the Uzi, which has now gotten a ton of buffs. It alone got buffed to, 15 meters? A 3-shot kill? Just base, but now it has a long barrel, and it has AE rounds, which further extend the range to like 30 or something absurd for an SMG. It's like the ultimate AR hybrid now. And, in case you didn't know, if you put stopping power on the Uzi, it has no recoil. It is a straight up ACR. All those things make the Uzi incredibly good. Much better than this thing. What does this thing have? It has, well, okay. Without any attachments, this thing does have the best range. So it does make it kind of the best submachine gun in hardcore. I'll give it that. It slaps in hardcore. And that's it. Good range, but it has god-awful recoil. It jumps so much up and to the left, and just side to side in general, that you need so many attachments to mitigate it, that by the time you're good to go, you're a dog in gunfights, because, you can't run tac laser and a good stock, and the stipple grip, and all these other things, and a suppressor, because you gotta run a long barrel, and then you gotta run your grip, and then maybe you need to run an extra barrel attachment or something, or maybe you need a sight because you're picking people off at long range. This gun's just a heaping mess right now. It needs quite a bit going for it. You can either, there's just two ways to buff it. You can either like buff the close range and make it like a 2-shot, which I think is just too crazy, or maybe you buff the rate of fire, but then that sort of removes the pluses that some of the other guns have. So I think we should just go the other end and just make it like a really true AR hybrid, kind of like the Uzi in a way, right? We'll extend its range further, and then in addition to extending its range, we really need to curb that recoil a ton. horizontal recoil, just get rid of it. And then the vertical recoil, mitigate it a ton, and then make the barrel reduce it even further, as well as grips. I think that is the direction that this gun needs to go, because this gun is so incredibly weak. Unless you want to have fun, like with this skin or that new cryo skin, that's really cool. It's got a really cool effect. Don't get me wrong, they look amazing, and that's the main reason to use them, for fun, right? But for viability and long-term, use of this, it's been several months and no one uses this gun unless they're getting it gold or they're memeing with it. That's the main problem with the gun. Sure, it's fun. This thing looks amazing, I'll give it that. It was well worth the COD points I spent in the pack, and same with the Holger. The Holger I'll get into another day. The Holger, in my opinion, that's still the worst gun in the game, far and away. At least this thing can sort of, has its niche, right? You can sort of do well because it's an SMG, so its handling isn't horrible. And, with attachments, the recoil is serviceable. If you do the right things, it's okay. I will give it that. The Holger is just a whole mess of things. You need everything going for that gun. Because at least with the attachments on this thing, it's still not super slow, right? You put like a long barrel, and then we'll put a grip on it, and then we'll put the extended mags to really slow it down. And maybe if you really want a sight, you can just put tac laser and you'll be good. It's fine. More than enough, right? But the Holger just needs everything going for it. It needs like 10 attachments to make that thing good. This thing, it ideally needs about 6 or 7 attachments to make it good, which is not bad, but again, that's part of the reason, right? The whole point is we want guns that only need 5 attachments to be good, or arguably less. If we're talking MP5, hooey, that thing doesn't need a lot. This thing needs a lot though, right? And I think that's what really separates this from others. And I guess even to an extent you could say the Uzi does, but the Uzi has stopping power buff. That's the main thing that it has now that really sets it apart from everything else. This thing doesn't have anything going for it, other than the two skins that came out. They're really trying to push the use of the gun, obviously. But that's about it. So, I mean, look, I'm all for, like, having some top guns like M4 or Grau or MP5 and not touching them, because I get it, what it means for them as a business to have stuff like that for new players. And I can get into that in another video about why they do some of the things that they do. But to have guns like these at the very, very, very bottom and get no love time and time again, it's been several months. It's just a shame to see something like this happen. So much potential for this, and it's just kind of wasted. But those are just sort of my thoughts on the gun. I think there needs to be a lot of help on it, a lot of help going for it, and you can't just slap nice skins on it, get people to use them for a week or two, and then just put them down because they're so bad. You got to do more to that, Infinity Ward. We as people who love anime, we should not be discriminated against, okay? We want good guns too. We want good looking guns and guns that are good, okay? You can't just give us one. We need both. Sure, you gave us the M4, I'll give you that. But everything else is just kind of lackluster. I'm not gonna lie. All right, Infinity Ward, throw us a bone here. No, don't just throw us a bone. Throw us like 50 bones, okay? Please. Anyway, that's all I got for now. My name's Pop Tarts. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Peace soup, everyone.